Cat, I've found a newfound hate for vibe coders. I was reading the blog of one who considered themselves to be a vibe coder. It was actually very interesting to sort of see this. But I realized something, and I realized that the difference between my mindset and other people's mindset on using this stuff is that they think of themselves solely on the things that they give to the world in terms of being output into the world. And for them, it's not necessarily the complexity of the thing, but rather the pacing of the thing and like how many things exist out there, right? And I was like, oh my god, like what are you doing in your life? Because it's antithetical to the idea of what the accountability circle is. If you can imagine what is the accountability circle, it's not just about the end result, it's about the process. It's about the journey that you take to that end result as well. It's about the entire experience. Because the realization is that while you're reaching some end by the end of it, and while you're trying to get to this magical goal, that at the end of it all, you've been accomplishing so much more. That the process itself was a series of things that you had to complete that had its own outputs, but you just never cared about them. And I read a blog from a vibe coder, and they say, oh, what does it matter? I've shipped multiple things. Like a way to visually crop images. It's like, whoa, that's another one of the many, like, tens of thousands of tools out there that do the exact same thing. It's like, it's all the same thing, man. or like, whoa, I've created a tool that tells you what code is not committed to Git. It's like, whoa, you learned how to use diff and ls. That's crazy. And like, what is the point of all this? But it's like, and then it just makes me wonder, like, does anybody know what's going on anymore? I don't know. Anyways, welcome to my AI rant stream. It's not just an AI rant, though, because today is me making up for yesterday and Saturday. Sorry about yesterday, I had to go early. One, I was falling asleep, so I was like, okay, might as well go. But also, two, I was like, I had to do some things anyway, so it was kind of a good time. It was a good day for me to end it early. And it was planned sort of in my head on the Saturday. I was like, probably have to end it early. Today's a long day. And today we're going to be playing one game, and one game only, and maybe it'll go for as long as it can, but we'll see how it goes. It's a new game that came out recently called Motor Slice. Sorry. Two, my dog scratched my eye, chat. Well, it's not my dog. It's my brother's dog, but she pulled off a combo that was like it was straight out. It was right out of a fighting game where she jumped up and she hit me with like a feint. And so I thought, oh, she's like going to go for like a lick in the face, right? No, she went for the paw on the face, scratch it downwards, but it hurt a little bit. It still kind of hurts now, but I can't see any damage done, so I can't tell if it's actually scratched or not. And my vision's still fine, and I slept with it, so nothing really happened, and it only started hurting today, which is usually a sign of an infection. But I feel like I'm okay. But I'm gonna go to the doctor probably and be like, hey, what are the odds of me losing my eyes? Because that would suck for what I do. However, I have always thought about this. If I do lose any part of my body, I will immediately start to make a robotic replacement for it, because that sounds cool. And I will reverse engineer the way that we see things. Because why not, right? But yeah. That doesn't explain why I'm late today, though. The reason why I'm late today is because I woke up late. Sorry. Since Saturday, I don't know what happened, but I think because I overloaded on coffee on Saturday that my entire body started to break apart. I was like, oh no. I have to come back somehow. But that's why I'm here. You know, yesterday I had a couple of scares, screamed a couple times, right? Probably scared the shit out of you when you were playing games as you're watching me, because I would just scream randomly for some ghost or going, I see you, in like a TTS voice, right? That's like the Windows TTS voice. How come you can't text to speech, like type things in on Windows? Like, why is it so hard to use? Oh, what?
You have selected Microsoft Zero Desktop, English,
Oh, wait.
United States.
I can. Look, I actually can. I see you.
I see you.
Okay, it's not even close. I see you.
I see you.
You need to slow it down.
I see you.
Great. Fantastic. Use preferred audio input device. How do you... I only have one voice? Microsoft Zero Desktop. I see you, P. Spell this for me.
ICUP.
It's I do miss when text to speech was that old though. Like it was very fun to hear that old version of like voice, because there's something funny about the way that it sounds, right? It just sounds wrong. It just sounds weird and wrong. It just sounds awful. Online, what is this? Server cost. Contribute. What the hell is a contribute? What the fuck is this? Bonsai Buddy is actually an adult male number 2. What? Select your pitch and speed. All voices have a lower and upper pitch things. Enter your text and press say it. Wait for your audio to be generated in the audio player. Oh, I see. This is a website that like does this. Generates the voice, generates an audio file from that, and then synthesizes it into that audio file. And then you can play it. Okay. ICUP. Are you ready to hear Bonsai Buddy?
ICEYOUPEE.
Okay, maybe Microsoft Sam is not as smart as you would hope. Hello, I am Bonsai Buddy. I love you and want to be with you forever. Okay, say it. Wait.
I'm Bonsai Buddy. I love you and want to be with you forever.
Oh god, it's like Stephen Hawking. Welcome to this room. I don't know what happened to my sleep schedule. I don't know what happened to this entire week. I swear I actually did intend to be on time this entire week. I'm sorry for what happened, okay? I have no clue. Next week will be better, because as a reminder, I'm gone starting tomorrow, all the way until probably Thursday. No, probably Wednesday. No, actually, probably even like, I'm probably only gone until Wednesday. So it's like, I'll be back on Wednesday. Because I don't think my wife really wants to... I don't think we're doing any crazy date this week, because we're both very busy. But it depends. But yeah, I don't know what happened to the streams in that last week. It's just something about waking up on time really does... It is hard. So I decided to buy a bunch of turkey, and hopefully that'll help me fall asleep, because melatonin just doesn't work anymore. And what's sad, too, is that I've been busy with other things. So I haven't even had a chance to, like, live life. I have nothing to show you. I have no weird thing for us to go and see, to go and find out. All I've really been doing is trying to find a place to buy that flip phone, right? Not the Sidekick, although the Sidekick was cool, but trying to find the one that was from Japan, whose name I already forgot. And so I can't say it to you because I'm gonna butcher it and people are gonna say things about me. So it's like I have nothing to show you. I have done literally nothing but fall asleep, wake up, handle business, and then fall asleep again. It's nice because it means that I'm, keeping busy with things. But it does remind me sort of those moments in life when I used to push a little bit too far, and then I was like always on the edge of like doing anything. I was always on the edge of like my free time being non-existent. Does that make sense? I was always well, what am I edging? What am I edging? I don't know. Like, how do I say this? I'm edging something. Edging something. I'll figure it out. But yeah, next week it'll be a lot better. I swear it'll be a lot better. Things will go a lot more smoothly. And I will be on time. And actually, next week I have a preview for the schedule because I know sort of in advance when I'll be gone and when I'll be busy. We're basically streaming all the way from the moment I come back until the 29th. Okay, the 30th I have to go say hello to my good friend's child because they were just born, and I'm not the only one who hasn't seen this baby, but like I gotta go see the baby because it's an important ritual. Like we have to go say hello to. If we don't say hello to the baby, I feel like that's just bad. You know what I mean? Like, because we're all such important parts of each other's lives, but it's like we don't even say hello to our kids. It's like that meme. You know what it is? My friend group is like that meme of like dudes will just hang out in a garage drinking beer, and they won't even and they'll know nothing about their life, about their wife, about anything, about their friends' lives, like nothing. That's what me and my friends are. So I've got to go see this baby. I have committed to the idea of seeing this baby and making sure that I know about their life, okay? Because I am sick of living in the dark. Because the only people that actually respond to messages and also reach out to me are the women in my life. And I need the dudes to do that too. Motherfuckers, hello poo poo, say this is us and it's just a house. What does that mean? Wait, but I do like that structure. See, there's a certain structure to it, and that does sound funny. I do like that. They say this is us, and I don't know. This is us, and it's just a Discord server. This is us, and it's just a Discord server. But yeah. So, as a sneak peek, basically when I come back from probably Wednesday onwards, might be Thursday, depends if we want to go eat like all you can eat. I'm still debating whether or not we want to go to eat all you can eat, because it's like I don't really know if I want to like indulge in like, you know, $100 worth of meat, but because it's like super expensive, but it is like pretty good. So there'll be streams all the way until the 29th. It's the image on the stream right now. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. I kind of forgot that was there. I was so focused on her shooting that I was like, oh, I was so focused on her shooting that I forgot that there's actually like a whole meme behind her. You like all you can eat. You remember going last year and the sushi there was so good. Yes. Yeah. So for sushi, I feel like I feel like they're losing money on you, because it's like there's no way that they make that much money off of it, right? Because especially if you eat everything, and even if it's loaded with rice, like it's still like tasty, and like it's not cheap to buy these things. Like they have to lose money somehow. But if you ever can, I don't know if you have it where you are, if you can ever go to an all-you-can-eat like barbecue place, a place that just has meat, like those are the places that I feel like they're losing money for sure. Like we go to this one place, well, we go to two. We go to like one Korean barbecue and then one Japanese barbecue place. And those places, I swear, every time they see us come in, they like do a glance up and down on us, and they say something to the back of the room, and it's like, I think they know that they're gonna lose all of their money that day. Like all the money that they barely made from everyone else, it's gonna go away. You usually go every year with your family. Nice. Excluding your two other siblings. Oh, hopefully it's not like hopefully it's not because like they're like mean to you or something, or like they're like, you know, hopefully it's not because they're like estranged, and hopefully it's just because, you know, they're like overseas or something. I'm hoping it's a good reason and not like a sad reason. This is what I'm trying to say. But also that means that there's more meat for you and it's less price. So I guess it's good. More meat and less price makes me happy. But that's good. See? Then you at least know the value of all you can eat meat. And again, it's honestly crazy that it's just so it's so cheap when you consider like all the meat. Like obviously you have to eat a lot of meat, so you will have to starve, and it is kind of stupid because it's like you're starving to eat later, and well, what you're doing is effectively eating worse for later. Not less price, actually more price. Okay, well clearly you don't eat then you don't eat enough meat. When you go to an all-you-can-eat buffet or something, how much do you eat? If you can't eat it all, then that's a you problem. That's a personal issue. What? You lose money on the deal? You have to beat them. You have to beat them. You ate around like 3 to 4 plates last time. That's it? Huh. Speak to me when you reach 8. I go in and I look at the selection and I say, and they ask me, hey, do you want rice? I say no. Do you want water? I say no. You want Coca-Cola? I say no. It's like, sir, do you want anything? I'm like, meat. And then I just keep ordering meat, and then they go, sir, how about you try our new salad? Like, no. I want meat. Alright, bro. What is the point? Why else would you be there? Okay, look. No, that's you with sushi at the buffet steak. Okay, fine. As long as it's something. But not the meats? I mean, at least it's something, though. You have to beat them at their own game. If you don't beat them at their own game, then what's the point, right? Look. I'll show you prices of some places that I know of. Well, how about this? Well, I can't show you the places that I know of. What's the place that Vancouver? All you can eat Korean barbecue. Yeah, we'll go to Vancouver because it's less. There we go, Robson Street. Daebakbonga. How do I get you your website? Daebakbonga. Daebak. You remember taking salmon and you were like taking salmon again, and the worker asked, "Are you Korean?" And you were so confused because you're just Chinese. Okay, I mean, yeah, I would be confused too. But like your response was kind of funny. Yeah, because it's like, one, what does it mean? Like, why are they asking if you're Korean? Because like it doesn't matter who you are. Like you're there to eat. But two, why did you But also, like, the way that you respond, it's like a. That's honestly, like, that's a really good multicultural joke. That's a really good one. Look, okay? Maybe Koreans just eat a lot of food or something, but, like, this is why you have to make sure that you get your value, okay? It's 139. I'm sorry, Vancouver prices are insane. Are you kidding me? What do you mean it's $139 in Vancouver? Vancouver? Holy shit! Yeah, it's 139 Canadian dollars. I mean, this is Vancouver though. If you don't know Vancouver, it's like you know how like, oh wait, maybe you do know. So you know how you're from Singapore, and Singapore is like very expensive compared to the rest of Southeast Asia too. Like, think of Vancouver as the same thing, but it's also even more expensive than like most of America too. Like, it's just more expensive overall. Like, Vancouver is like it's like disgustingly expensive. So it's like extra expensive. So it's like, not only is it already expensive in North America, but Vancouver specifically is more expensive than most everything else. I think maybe the only place that maybe has it beat is New York. And that's like if you go to the downtown fancy core, where people live in like $1 million shacks, right? Vancouver is like, it's like crazy expensive. And what's crazy is that I don't really know why, because there's only two things that I know about Vancouver. One, they film a lot of TV shows there because the weather and the mountains makes it look like certain places in America. Two, they film a lot of Hong Kong TV shows there. At least they used to. So besides those two things, I don't really know why else they have why everything's so expensive. I actually don't really get it. But it's expensive. They do get bang and free healthcare though. I mean, all of Canada does, but except for maybe Alberta soon. Oh my god, this is $400. I mean, for 6 people, I don't know, 389. Divided by 6. That's still $65 per person. That's insane. In a different city, in a different place, in a different province, you can probably get something like this for maybe 35 to 40 per person. So this is already like a markup of like maybe 30%. Oh my god. No, it'd be a markup of 50%. But what is it though? It's just beef, pork, and chicken steak. Only 800 grams. That's nothing for 6 people. I'm sorry to say it. 6 people eat 125 grams each. It's just not enough. Or 120. Marinated beef short ribs. Okay, 4 pieces for 6 people. I know it's a long piece that you have to cut up on your own to like grill it, right? That's just not enough. And then look at the pancake. 2 small pancakes. Yeah, this plate size. Look at the table grain compared to the table grain here. Okay, do you see the table grain over here compared to here? This is a live action shot. This plate is the size of this plate here. So this is a tiny little pancake for 6 people. You'll get full of this. You're paying $400 for this. This is a top-rated place, eh? All ingredients are listed. Advise your server about any allergies. What? Oh, they have beef tartare. Okay. No. This seems kind of weak. I guess if you're going for quality, I guess maybe, but it's still like oh, here, look. Grilled marinated eel, okay? So, unagi, if you get a grilled marinated eel, it's $38. That's crazy. What? Vancouver, unagi. Hana sushi. This is in Bloor. This is in Toronto. Miku. What? Hatsune Miku. In Vancouver. What? There's a Hatsune Miku in Vancouver? We need to see prices. Mike? Mike. Mike. Yeah, it's Mike. It's a Miku. Let's see. Unagi. See this? Oh, that's the nigiri. I need like a full unagi don. Okay, let's just go for like an unagi don. Best unagi don in Vancouver. Edeko Sushi in Richmond. They have a place called Richmond. What? It's like Richmond Hill. Richmond, British Columbia. Let's see. View menu. Sure. Okay. I don't really know how we're gonna do this. 50-50 that this who's Mike? Who's Mike? Who the hell is Mike? You know, it's Mike. You don't know Mike? That's sad. Can't believe that you don't know Mike. Everyone knows Mike. Look, this is what Mike has to offer. The user hasn't uploaded any photos yet. Fuck. How am I supposed to show you this? View the menu. Is this not the worst system that I've ever seen? Is it a Korean restaurant where it just has Korean dishes? Well, this one seems to be a Korean restaurant. But still, even for a Korean restaurant, $38, 38 Canadian dollars, which is 2 USD, is still a lot for a single slice of eel. Like that's for one. It's not even with rice. It's this picture. It's just a single slice of eel. Like that's a crazy price. To give context too, Vancouver's beside the ocean, so theoretically it should be fairly straightforward to get seafood. But even in places that aren't beside the ocean, it's still cheaper. So I'm like, I'm not really sure what's going on there. Let's see, can I get unagi? Vancouver, unagi don. I just need like a good Kingyo. Hana sushi. No, it's still Hana sushi. I don't give a shit. Aya. 260 sushi. Unagi. Look at this. Look at all. Look. For a Donburi, okay? So, for less price than this one slice of eel, you get a Donburi, which includes rice as well as sides, for $23 at this place. I think this place is just expensive. I think this place is just a scam. What's this place called again? It's a foreign luxury dish, must overprice it. Vancouver has the highest concentration of Japanese people in all of Canada. it's not foreign over there. It's just life. It's just life. You're telling me we have all these Japanese people there and we can't possibly create the cheapest Japanese food. Exactly. Honestly, very true. And we kept them there for bad reasons. Canada is not a nice place. Is it really that expensive? Like, Jesus. What Vancouver Japanese unagi. What, sorry? Japanese Gospel Church. What the hell is this search term? This thing showed up, chat. This thing just randomly showed up in my search term. What the hell is this? What, there's like people singing. Why is this like a search term that like people... What the hell is this? Gospel Night 2020. Chat, it's like a music video. The words of welcome. Yeah, I am glad that they chose like the very cute little animals, but like I just can't believe that this exists. Wow. There's nothing wrong with this. But it does remind me of like a megachurch thing, but this isn't really a megachurch. It just seems to have the same vibes on their YouTube channel. GN 2020 makes you wonder what happened to 2025 and 2026 and so on. Wow, the freshest Japanese eel rice. A travel vlog. No. Where is it? Which 50 chat $50 lunch. Look at this. The virus got them? The virus? What virus? Oh, true. Wait, yeah, 2020 was COVID. Oh my god, I forgot. Oh my god. Wait, maybe. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, if they're doing it in 2020, then they're congregating. Wait, wait a minute. They're breaking the law and they're congregating during COVID. I mean, to be fair though, COVID was like... When did it happen again? I remember it happened during summer, because I remember thinking, wow, it's really hot in the office. I remember... Where were you when COVID first hit? You know, that whole thing of like, where were you when the towers fell? When the towers fell, I was asleep. Or no, actually, I'm pretty sure like around that time was when I got the scar on my left eye. So apparently as a child, I ran into a table and I scarred my like left eye and I had to go get stitches. But my sister said, and I quote, I was freaked out about you. Because she said, and I quote, you didn't cry a single moment, all you did was laugh. And I was like, what do you mean? You were in high school. Okay, I'm sorry to say it, but you're old. Yeah, because if you're 40 and I'm 30, then you were 14 when it happened. No, you were 16 when it happened, right? Probably. You were probably 16 when it happened. That's crazy. 2001. Yeah, you were like 16 when it happened. And I was 6. So when you were 16, I was 6. And I had just ran into a table. You were home when it happened. You weren't even born for that first one, but you were home for COVID. Oh, we're not talking about no. So we're talking about so we're talking about both. But right now it's nine. It's right now it's 9/11. Next it's COVID. Okay. You were in a driver's ed class, and they announced it on the TV. Holy shit! Actually, yeah, because like I have heard that like when it happened, people just like talked about it, and like everybody talked about it and was like, oh, like this is happening now, right? And you were all watching the TV and the radio. Yeah, like it. I remember hearing that it was a cataclysmic thing, or at least like it felt like a cataclysmic thing. But I was like too young, and I had just gotten stitches or something. For COVID, you were 3 during 9/11? What? How old are you then? Oh yeah, I guess you're 27. Yeah. You were waiting on a hello chat. You were waiting on a bus stop, and then you decided, fuck work, I'm going home. Honestly, that's kind of based. But also, is that the reason why you no longer have work? like, what were the events that led up to you going freelance? But also, maybe it was a good thing, right? Because it seems like you're enjoying life more as a freelancer. And so it's like, well, what's the point of going into like an office? You just work from home, and it's like great. A kid in your class had a bro that worked there, and he was freaking out. You never heard what happened after. Oh shit. That's true. Yeah, because you're in America. So when it happened, it was crazy. Okay, so then where were you during COVID? Because I need to remind you. Okay, everybody here is too young. Everyone here is too young to have had conscious thoughts during 9/11. So you have to join us and talk about COVID, okay? The old people, can you please wake up and join us on the COVID train, all right? We can't keep talking about 9/11. We were too young then. It didn't hit us the exact same way. I was already a working adult during COVID, so. Oh, you already submitted a resignation letter before COVID hit. So, okay, you know what? Then it was like a double like nice then, because then not only do you get to resign, you also don't have to go into work as it happens. That's good. I remember my COVID experience was so. We had already tried to talk, so it was funny. There was 4 of us there, okay, and I was close with like with my 3 coworkers. We had already tried to convince my workplace to let us stay home and like work from home because it's like 1, we're programmers, it doesn't really matter, but also 2, like there's a virus going around. I was worried, right? So do you know what I started doing then? I started passively aggressively talking about my I started passively aggressively talking about my wife's asthma. Because this was like the 3rd or 4th day when the rest of society realized, oh shit, COVID is a real thing and it's spreading very, very quickly, right? And so I started to passively aggressively talk about my wife's asthma, like, man, you know, it sucks we have to come in, and I said this very loudly. And at the time, because of how I was, I sat behind the CEO. And I was like, man, like, it sucks that we had to come in during COVID because, like, my wife has asthma. And I'm worried she won't be able to, like, breathe after. Like, and if she dies, like, I wouldn't know what to do. And I just said it really loudly to my coworkers. And they're all staring at me like, oh. Like, yeah, it really sucks. We have to be here. I'm not kidding you. 20 minutes later, there's my CEO. He goes on Slack and he says, team, everyone's working from home now. I'm like, yes. Yes. It wasn't even like end of day or like this chat. It was 12. It was like right after lunch. I was like, man, this like COVID thing, like the streets are empty, things are getting worse. I'm worried that my wife's gonna die. I said this all out loud behind my CEO, so like loud enough that like he could hear, right? He goes, okay, all of you are going to work from home now. Oh man, I single-handedly changed corporate policy by just being an asshole. But it was true though. He was because of the field that we were in, he was gonna make us come into work to like make it happen. But then I think he recognized that it's not the same type of field of work, and even though like he has to because he was within that field of work, a lot of the team could have just stayed home and it would have minimized risk for the team as a whole, and I think it was a great choice. I think he just had this idea of like, oh, we have to tough it out together as a team, and I'm like, you can't tough out like a virus. It's kind of scary, right? So you weren't really you weren't really impacted by COVID because you were working. Only thing that you got out of it was that you were still able to work from home. Were you working from home beforehand too, or like was that a thing that you had that you only really got to because of COVID. Because for me, it was like work from home started because of COVID. So for me, it was like the second coming of the Messiah, or like, that was my crowning moment of I'm never gonna go back, right? Chill on the asthma. I have asthma. I'm not saying it's bad for you to have asthma. Okay, I had asthma too. Apparently, I grew out of it, but I still have some like symptoms of it, like a smaller lung. Okay, but what I am saying is that my wife did help me convince the office to work from home, because I can't imagine having to go. Wait a minute, this guy. I can't imagine having to come in and deal with all of that as it happens. The office was in the midst of redoing the office at the time. They were gonna have desks right on top of each other. Oh God. Open office environment. Yeah, the open office. You joked that you were then wearing a mask because they're all always sick, and then COVID and work from home started because of COVID. You are so lucky. You're so lucky. Yeah, because I've never not been in an open office, and I remember hearing these stories. Like, here, okay, forget this like overpriced shit first. Here, look. Office with separate rooms. Okay, old. Old, okay? Remember to specify old. Remember to specify old, because these don't exist anymore. How do I look up like non-open offices? There's no video showing it. Old cubicle. Thank you. Cubicle offices. That's the term. Yeah. This I've never known this. I've never known a cubicle. I've only ever known open offices. And I would even prefer this over an open office, because at least I have my own space. But I've even heard that back then, not only did you have cubicles, you even had separate rooms. Like, they had full walls up to the ceiling cubicle. Like, and it's to become a room. And I was like, that's amazing. Your asthma was so bad, you genuinely weren't allowed to laugh at home, because if you laughed too much, you would need your head. Yo, same here. Holy shit! Both me and my wife had the same experience as you. Rules in Poo Poo's house: no laughter, no joy, no playing. That's the same as us. Yeah, when I was younger, my sister really liked to scare me, so she liked to make me scream, and then I had to go find my puffer. She was like, she would make me laugh, and then she would make me scream, and then as I was laughing, she would be like, "Don't die, take your puffer." And I was like, "Please, I'm dying over here." Nowadays, I can laugh as much as I want, and I'm okay, but you've only known cubicle, and it's amazing. My sister had a plan. You know what? Honestly, thinking about it, she has some funny plans. But also, she did teach her children to scare me, too, so.
One of two.
Look at this. Okay, well, maybe not this. I need, like, an office that had, like... Because the cubicle is one thing, okay? But the thing that I've seen, too, is, like, separate offices for people. And the fact that you've only known cubicle is, like... I can't believe that you had this. You had this. Like, look at this. Your own separate wall, and you can just tell someone to sit down and like, don't bother me. And now look at this. Now look. Now look at this shit. Now it's all open office. Chat, I've heard new places. Oh, open office seems like too much of a distraction. It is. I had to bring... So, when I was in the open office, I brought noise-canceling headphones. I then basically crouched in front of my PC as close as I could, so that nobody could wave me away. And I learned how to put on an angry face that I still can't really get rid of. Maybe because I am truly angry deep inside because of how society is. But that angry face helped me avoid people talking to me. And I never turned on Slack. I turned on Slack at specific times of the day. I would answer questions during those time periods, and I would just never answer things. And germs everywhere. A lot of germs. When my one coworker was sick, she was sick, and then my other coworker was sick. And then my CEO, and then my CTO got sick. And then the CEO, he had to avoid them because he had to do some things. Like, he's a very important person, so it was kind of hard for us to... I'm not saying, like, important because he's a CEO. I'm saying, like, he was more of a part-time CEO because his real job was surprisingly demanding, and it's one of those things that's, like, very important for society, but it was like he couldn't be sick. So he had to stay away from all of us, and we sat all behind him, right? So, like, everyone's getting sick. I decided to move I decided to like go work in the kitchen from that point on because I was like, I don't want to be sick. And it was so frustrating because I'm like, what's the point of this? Like, this is stupid. You would have brought folders to set up 4 dividers. A folder is not high enough, and I do know exactly what you're talking about. But if we go to say Staples, which is the equivalent of like a Home Depot, but for like for office stuff, these things they just aren't. They sell laptops, they sell monitors. What? They sell a gaming monitor for 90. Wait, this is actually a really good price. For $100, that's actually a really good price. Oh, IPS, 3-year warranty. That's actually not that bad. Wait, that's actually not that bad. Maybe I should get this actually. I don't know. I could do with 5. With 5. No, see the problem with more monitors is that my computer no longer has like ports. Yeah. See this? Okay, it's close enough, but that's not gonna save you. But it's still the principle of it. You want walls even if they're tiny. Okay. Maybe that is a category of thing that should be a thing. Desk cubicles. Like, can you buy a cubicle at Staple? You know what I mean? Like, what if... See? What if... Yeah, because, like, what if you have a desk cubicle, and it's like a build-your-own cubicle setup? So that you can build your own cubicle and keep people out. Wait, this is an entire cubicle, actually. Oh, that's sick. You can buy, like a DIY thing. Also, too, this is the thing that I missed out on with the cubicle, right? Look at this. You can customize your cubicle. So it's like you can have a cubicle that has like a folder hanger. You can have a cubicle that has a cork board to stick things to, or a dry erase board. You might even have like a monitor mounted on your cubicle. Like it actually like it seems kind of cool. You know what I mean? You could just kick back and have like a monitor there. I feel like we lost a lot when we lost the cubicle because the open office now is hell. It is hell, and you're very fortunate to have escaped it before it became commonplace where you were. Because genuinely, without even with the noise canceling headphones, I got so little done at work. When they finally let us work from home, my productivity went through the roof. They were like, holy shit, were you holding back at us? And I was like, no, the office. And I told them honestly, I was like, no, it was the office. The office was holding me back. And they sort of, and they were doing a survey and they were asking me why, right? And I was like, and I had to explain to them. I was like, the type of person who like likes the program, who like wants to be there and like wants to sort of do their own thing and like really only wants to get in and then get out to like, just to finish work. They don't thrive in a forced social environment, in an open social environment, okay? And we were lucky because other places, they do hot desking, where you don't even have an assigned seat. You go in and you find an open space to go sit in. They don't even give you your own assigned open space. That chair isn't yours, you just have to share it. And I've heard it even goes as far as you have to share monitors and keyboards and this stuff too. They have ones for kids for test taking, so they don't. Oh, I didn't know that. Back in my day. Okay, I don't know about you, but like my school was also open office. Like tests, we would just do tests at a desk, and then no, I do remember exam period. They sent us to the lunchroom, and we were all doing all our exams in the lunchroom, sitting side by side, open almost like fully open office. It was a really weird experience. No cubicle to hide your anime action figures. Yeah, exactly. Like it's like and you can't have your own like fun space. Like it sucks. Yeah, desk renting. Yeah, that's what your previous office did. No personal desk cubicle. Yeah, exactly. Or even like a non-cubicle. No personal desk space at all. And you have to like use a mouse that has like a different human's like skin dust on it. It's skin crust. It's nasty. I don't know. And it's crazy because it is like, oh, why are you complaining there's like farmers? But at the same time, it's like, I'm complaining because we're doing this because we know how difficult farming is and how painful it is. Skin dust? Yeah. Let me show you. Crusty mouse. Oh. Okay, not real human mouse. Crusty computer mouse. Here, look. Here, sure. Oh. What the fuck is this? This is gore. This is gore of my comfort equipment. Hand lotion just doesn't mix with IT equipment. That's fucking disgusting. Oh god, that's hand lotion? I don't think that's hand lotion. That's disgusting. That ain't hand lotion. That see, it's skin dust. It's like skin crust. Don't lick it. Don't lick it. Put that back. Don't say yum. I'm gonna go into her chat and I'm gonna tell her and be like, look, this person said this, okay, about hand crust. Open office only works for people that peaked in high school so they can gossip. Yes. So they can gossip and for the company because it's cheap. Yes, exactly. From a personality perspective, because like I never understood office gossip. I really didn't give a shit. Like I remember people would sit around the lunchroom and they would just talk about things. But we could have talked about anything. We could have talked about like more interesting topics. Instead, whoever wasn't there that day, they would talk about them. And then they would be like, oh, I wonder what they're doing. Or I think they're dating somebody else. Or like, man, they're so stuck up, aren't they? I'm like, who gives a fuck? And also, why don't you tell them to their face so that you two can have a conversation about this? I was like, it doesn't really feel like you're all just hanging out. It just feels like it's all just gossip. I was like, but it's weird because like there was a couple people there who was like me, who we just wanted to talk about things that were more interesting, in the sense of like it wasn't just to like talk down to about somebody. It was there so we could talk about things like, you know, life. Like, hey, how are you doing? Oh yeah, how do you feel about this and stuff like that? And they're like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like sharing our opinions, sharing our thoughts. But like a lot of people really just care about gossiping. Genuine piss and everything else is bad. Yes, exactly. Like streamer, like streamer. Like viewer, like streamer, you guessed. No. This is not. I don't condone what my chat does. Okay. I know I said before that streamers can control their chat, but I can only control so much of you. There's only so much that I can do to stop you. The reality of it is that most of you are fucking freaks, and there's not much that I can do. Okay. The reality of it is that as try as much as I can't change who you are on the inside. A freak. Okay. The most that I can do is make sure that you're at least respectful and cordial and you understand what's socially acceptable, okay? I'm not gonna yuck your yum. I'm not gonna yuck your yum. Not my streamer. Not my streamer. Tobs, I actually love her emotes. Coworkers know nothing of you. Yes. Same with mine. But even then I found that like they would make things up. They would make things up. And they would try to like find anything to gossip about. Like there was this one person who I felt kind of bad for, because she was just like a normal worker on, I forget what team she was on now, but she was just a normal person. She was quiet, she was shy, but she was also like, you know, just like doing stuff, right? I heard so much gossip about her, and I was like, oh Jesus, like, and it was weird because like half the office loved her, half the office hated her, and I was like, what is going on? But she said she would never communicate with people. She wouldn't talk to people. Her life was completely private. It was great. People were just chill. Very sad. It's very sad. Same guy who said he likes eating shit, saying he's making sure the stuff that you guys say is socially acceptable. I didn't say that I like eating shit. I'm saying that I understand why people like eating shit. It's nothing. Listen, I have human empathy. I understand why somebody likes to eat shit. But that's not my yum. Okay, that. The person who you said like viewer, like chat, they're the one who likes to eat shit. Alright? That's the person who likes to eat shit. See, look, shitters. I only made a channel where we celebrate the shit eaters as a joke. It's a joke. People want to know everything. Since the person doesn't want to share it, they get shit on. Then if you overshare, you still get shit on. Yep. Sorry, Steam just started why are you uploading something? Yeah, that was and like that was the very sad part. It was so annoying to have to like to deal with, because I was like, oh god, I really don't want to have to deal with this on a daily basis, and I have to deal with trying to convince people not to do this. And it was so bad for team morale too, because like at some point people stopped trusting each other, that like social fabric starts to die. So I opted out, you know. So I opted out. And like viewer, like streamer, or they take information to blackmail or guilt. Okay, my workplace wasn't that crazy. You might have been working with a psychopath. My workplace did not blackmail people into doing things that they didn't want to. However, I can imagine that does happen, but I will say I feel sorry for you, because that is scary. Can you imagine being blackmailed into any situation, and then like what do? You know what I mean? Like you're basically doomed. But and like that is terrifying to like chat. I think I found another banger adult game. Oh, No Nut November is gonna go so hard. If you don't see me on Twitch in November, it's because I'm streaming adult games in the Discord for the entire month. Alright, bro. Jokes are half meant. True, that's true. Just because I joke about it doesn't mean that it's not true. You're blacklisted from work because of some asshat spreading rumors. What? That was a long time ago. Okay, but still, like, that sucks. If man, like, that sucks. I hope that they got fired or they died of COVID or something. You know what I mean? Like, because like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's not the thing that I want to do, right? Because it's like, well, like what? And then like ruining someone's career because of that too is really messed up. People who do that are genuinely evil. I feel like, because it's like when you ruin someone's livelihood and they're unable to even live their life, it's like, what are you doing? Like you're basically killing somebody. But people don't ever seem to think of it like that. They just sort of say, haha, I'm just saying these things to say these things. They want to be their friend out of the work, so they got mad and started shit. You know what? Yeah, I hope that they have bad luck. I hope that they fall off a mountain. I hope that they fall off a mountain. I hope many bad things that I can't say here, because then Twitch will ban me for like condoning violence. But I do think that that's actually true. Some people, you know, that whole thing of like, I don't believe in violence as a solution, but then some people do need violence. I think some people do. I think some people do deserve violence. But yeah, that sucks. I always thought that was like a thing that like wouldn't happen, because I was like, how far would somebody go to make that happen? But it seems like it does. So that's unfortunate that happened to you. But now I know, and yeah, that's exactly why I try not to tell anybody anything. All the rumors, all the talking, all the different things, like, it's just too much. Red dot savings. Oh, also, it's Victoria Day in Canada. Sorry, I forgot to say this. Victoria Day is just another day, except Ontario fucked up. So, Victoria Day is a holiday. It's a federal Canadian public holiday, observed on the last Monday preceding May 25th to honor Queen Victoria. Yes, it may surprise you that Canada is a part of the Commonwealth. And that for some reason we still have holidays where we celebrate the British monarchy. However, apparently we have like a monarchy of Canada, but I don't actually know who is the head of the monarchy, because I'm pretty sure our head is just the same as the British head, because they're just a monarchy or both. On this holiday too, a federal public holiday means that in general every single store is closed and nobody has to work on it, right? Ontario, though, recently changed some legislation saying that some stores are now able to remain open, aka removing a statutory holiday from workers. And it's crazy, because I swear to God, I feel like they have to be reminded the reason why we have statutory holidays is because the alternative was we used to firebomb factories, and we used to burn business owners at the stake. Like, the alternative was we killed people. So it's like, the reason why we have holidays was to not kill people. Like, it's like, you can't take these things away from people. Like, it's stupid. But Ontario has passed some new legislation, and now we're here. Or maybe it was, I don't think it was a federal thing. I'm pretty sure it was a provincial thing. So, yeah, happy Victoria Day, everyone. Most people are working today because they fucking changed the rules for no reason. And I get it, there's a lot of money to be made today, and like, some businesses do have to stay open, but it's like, the whole point of a holiday and the whole point of increasing standards of living is to be able to redistribute the wealth that goes to the top to the bottom. You know what I mean? Jesus, you used to gossip, yeah, so you're not the best to say that, but damn, imagine gossiping that much that someone gets blacklisted from work. You know what? I'm glad that's a moment of growth for you, because think about this, right? In gossip, the thing about gossip that like always got me was that if it was true, if the thing that you're talking about did happen and was true, and it's something that actually did occur, putting your opinion into it doesn't necessarily make things any better. It usually would always make it worse. It's rare for it to actually be better, because by the nature of what gossip is, you're not talking to the person who it happened to. You're just giving your opinions to everyone else. And so you're sort of like, and thank you, curse me, and you were get cursed abroad. And it's like you're diluting the truth even further, because every retelling of the situation carries with it a level of bias and a level of uncertainty and a level of obscurity because you weren't there at the moment, and even if you were, you have a different perspective on the thing, right? So I would argue, if you can go a little bit further, don't even gossip, because the reality of it is that every word that we say, even as innocuous as it is, might have the potential to really ruin someone's life. And we will never be able to capture the full complexity of the situation as compared to the people who were in it, because they themselves were going through it. And over time, we may even forget, because to us it may not have been important, but to them it may have been their entire life. Think about your words. Think about your words and don't even bother. If somebody wants to gossip, instead redirect them. Ask them, hey, did you hear about that Taylor Swift concert? Yeah, me neither. Tickets were $1,000. You think they wanted to hang out with the young kid because they couldn't handle being older and wanted to be friends, and you didn't meet their expectations. Okay, I was gonna say that they wanted to hang out with the young kid because they're a freak. I was gonna say that, like, that just sounds like an old. I was gonna say that, like, your situation sounded like an older person who's like trying to hit on somebody who's way too young for them. You know what I mean? Like, cause like I've seen that happen in workplaces quite often, where I'm like, I'll see somebody in the office and they'll hit it and they'll hit on someone, and it's like buddy, this isn't. They aren't. They just like, this isn't good. I mean, like, it's just not good. Sorry. And then what's funny is that then that explains their behavior, because that behavior of like gossiping and talking shit about someone after does actually strike me as the type of thing that those people would do. Like the type of person who's like, hey, I want to hit on this person who's like way too young for me and try to spend that time with them. Then is not reciprocating my advances. I'm then gonna talk down on them because it hurts my ego. That totally makes sense. No, we were both women, and she was like 8 years older. She was a controlling type, and always got their way. Okay, I take it back. Unless she was lesbian, then maybe. But still, yeah. But yeah, that sucks. You know what? Okay, to be fair, yeah, it sucks. I've been what the Lexar jump drive? What? I've been in a lot of situations where, like, yeah, just like somebody older has like a weird, because like I've had, yeah, I remember having people that like it too, where like it was like their way or the highway. It was weird. I really enjoy the Western working style, and I really enjoy the way that we work, at least somewhat in the West, is like, if you know something better than your superior, you can talk about it. And ideally, the corporate system will mostly protect you, because that's just the way that work is done here. I've heard from, and I've seen how it happens in a non-Western workplace. I've actually been a part of it, where like, if you, or like, just like, you know, that type of work style. I've been in places where like you have to listen to your superior because they're older, and so they assume that they know more. But their idea is neither. It could even be net neutral, and it still wouldn't even matter. Like, it's like, even if it's net neutral, it wouldn't matter to even change to it, because there'd be no difference, right? And so it was like, very often I would be in these situations similar to yours, where like some older person is very controlling, wants to have it their way or the highway, and everything usually falls apart. Some women just don't like other women for whatever reason. So you think that was a cause? You know what? I will say, from a dude's perspective, dudes can be like that too. I have seen that, like, dudes. I think just in general, there's always like a type of person who doesn't like someone else. Also, hello, chat. But that does remind me of my coworker who was very hated by another coworker. This was a weird situation too. She came into the office, she joined the team, and she immediately lasered in on my coworker who was already there. Okay, this coworker was an interesting coworker in that she wasn't necessarily good at her job yet, but that's because she had no mentors. All the mentors in her life at that point had sort of failed her in the role, so I had to take on that role accidentally, which I didn't mind by the end, but at the time I was like, oh god, I'm already taking care of like 2 nieces and 2 nephews. Like, I don't want to do this. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I'm already taking care of children at home. I don't want to do this, right? So I was like, okay, fine, I'll like teach you. But this other person who would join started like haranguing them because of that. And it was so sad to see. They would just keep talking about them, talking down to them, and sort of like basically making their life hell. And it was such a weird thing to see because as far as I could tell, and I saw the chat logs from both of them, as part of the eventual HR investigation that for some reason I was pulled into, and it felt like a huge breach of trust too. And I was like, you shouldn't do this. But yeah, as far as I could tell from what they willingly shared this with me though. Okay, but I was like, don't ever involve me ever again. I don't want to deal with it. So they willingly showed me things. Okay. And as far as I could tell, yeah, this new person was just mean for no reason. And I was like, what is going on with you? So we fired her. We were like, okay, you can't be here. You're killing the vibes. And this was, mind you, we were already in the middle of dealing with my CTO who was misogynistic. So it's like, it's a double whammy. It's like, this is too much stress. I don't want to deal with this. Chat. Offices suck. You know what? Office Space was not a movie, about Generation X sort of like failing to realize how good they had it. No, it was a movie about people realizing that just because it's good now doesn't mean that it's perfect, and that it could be so much better because at any moment tragedy could strike and everything could be lost. Office Space was a documentary. Yeah, exactly. And you know what's crazy? I've always heard that criticism of like, oh, I can't believe that people thought that going to an office was a terrible thing. But Office Space, we watched it. We watched it one day on our Kino streams. Okay. It literally starts off with most of the team being laid off. Like it's not even like, I feel like most people who have that criticism of the movie of like why are they complaining about a good thing miss the part where the team is getting laid off for no reason at all, to make money, to increase profits. And I was like clearly something's missing here. Clearly people aren't really paying attention to what's going on here in the movie, because that criticism doesn't hold up when you consider that people are actually going through a terrible situation that would always happen, because no matter what, humans love to take advantage of other people. Please like and subscribe. If you can't subscribe and you're poor, I don't care about you. If you're a poor, broke bitch, I don't give a fuck about you. I'm just kidding. No, the channel was joking. Anyways, thank you for giving me topics to talk about at the beginning of the stream. But you know what time it is since you're all here? That's right. Everybody, I want you to form a circle as best as you can. It doesn't have to be like a really good circle. Just try your best as you can, okay? Just like try to get into like a circular formation. Hopefully it's like close enough to a circle. I'm fine if it's a bit of a squircle. But it has to have at least one round side that has at least a curve of at least 1 degree, okay? Some sort of circle. Exactly. Just like that. Great example. MB circle. Why is it called MB circle? Everyone get into a circle. You can hold hands or you can not. It doesn't matter. You're all getting sacrificed the same way. We're going into the accountability circle. MB circle. Why is it called MB circle? Wait, maybe I should change. Okay, well, while Steam is starting up, I'm just going to post a message for next time. It was supposed to cut right into the game. It was going to be a smooth transition, but I forgot to start Steam. Fuck. Enter your next goals for next Monday, May 25th. Don't follow the gambling ads. The gambling ads are not good. Not my streamer. Don't, okay? There was a study done in Ontario, in Canada, where they said that when they looked at the calls to the gambling hotline, the Ontario gambling hotline, they saw that the number of people who are into gambling has increased by a significant percentage. It was like some crazy number. Like they used to get maybe 20% of some calls were for gambling because it was like a general addiction helpline, but then it became like 50 something percent. So it's like, don't fall for, if you want to gamble, play this gambling game. Also look at this hamburger foot for VR chat. Where's the game? Play this gambling game. Where's the gambling game? I woke up in the house with a fat man. He's over 30 years old and loves beer and games. Wake up after a stormy night to find yourself not in your own bed, at the heart of a nightmare. Your head's pounding. Your head is pounding, your memory is blank, and one question dominates your thoughts. Where am I? This place is a maze of dim light, creaking floorboards, and whispering shadows. Your only link to reality is a fat man. He's over 30 years old and loves beer and games. Why did you link this? Why did you link this, chat? Oh, that's so good. Okay, well the game is updated. Please give me a moment to like drink some water, and we'll transition right into the game. I've been talking for like 3 hours, and I need a moment. BRB. Thank you for watching, everyone. That must have been very painful for you to see me do, because this game is it's a linear game. You just go all the way through, very normally. There's like some skipping that you can kind of do, but it doesn't really work. But the game is fun. I'm probably gonna finish this at some point, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gone tomorrow. I'm gone the day after. I'll probably be back on the 20th, if not the 21st, but I don't know what we're going to be doing. And then we're going all the way until the 29th, and then we'll see how it goes. We have to finish some other games, so I'll finish most likely at some point. But to finish Crosscode, we have to do a Teamfight Manager 2 thing. Not because we have to, but because I want to. Again, please send your profile pictures. I will be hiring all of you to be on my esports team, my pro esports team. Thank you for showing up today. I appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed the accountability circle too. Sorry I couldn't get the PowerPoint done in time. Thought I could do it in time, but you know. I realized that making a PowerPoint actually takes more effort than you would think. It's sort of weird to say, but it reminded me that even the most tedious bureaucracy within a corporation, there's going to be an expert there that knows it so well that can do it much better than you. Happy Victoria Day to all Canadians. Today is a statutory holiday. I'm gone. Bye, everyone. See you all on Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not sure. And I'll see you then. Peace.